YouTube, how everybody doing? It's been a while since I did a fucking video. I think I did a video last week and it was about the church that they burned in Michigan, which is sad. Someone told me that Mormons don't like black people, but I gotta do some research on that to find out that for myself. But I just can't go by word or ear, what people say and everything. I do think it's weird to call yourself religion, call yourself a Christian or something, and then hate a race because God loves all people. But anyway, I just wanted to clear that up and say that this video is not going to be about the Mormon church that got burned down in Michigan or anything like that. But I will pray for those people. Pray for their families really, because they could be stressing out or still be devastated or whatever. But this video is gonna be about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I guess because I'm in my grown woman era, like I am super grown, super mature, and I hate pettiness and childishness and everything. I just refuse to want to think that two grown ass women are beefing like two middle school little girls. I think Cardi is in her late 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Cardi is like 29 or something, almost 30. I know she's in her late 20s, and Nicki is in her 40s. After I do this video, I'm gonna look up both of their ages and everything. But Nicki is definitely like close in my age range or whatever. I think she's in her 40s or whatever. I think it's silly for two grown ass women to be going back and forth. Um, I really think deep down in my heart and in my soul, I'm really hoping that all of this is just one big ass publicity stunt and they doing this to stay relevant because let's face it, they're entertainers and they entertaining us. Even though it's dramatic, it's low vibration, it's ghetto, they're entertaining the world. Both of them are married. One is going through a divorce, and they had kids and they have a career. I refuse to want to think that a career woman, and when I say woman, I'm talking about both of them. I should say career women. I refuse to think that they sit on Twitter all day going back and forth at one another. Now, I don't know if they PR team is like young little middle school girls. I shouldn't say that because no middle school girl is working for them. But high school or whatever, I don't know if they paying somebody to go back and forth to be keyboard gangsters, but it's silly on both ends. Cardi B is on her fourth baby. If I was on my fourth baby and going through a divorce, I would have better things to do than go back and forth with a woman in her 40s. And me being in my 40s, I would have better things to do to go back and forth with a damn 29-year-old. And I keep saying 29, but I don't know how old Cardi is. So please, when I post this video, don't be all up in my videos with negative opinions. Oh, she this age, she that age. I'm not a fan of neither of these women. Not that they are like disgusting or bad or anything like that. I'm not a big rap fan. I'm a big R&B fan. I love R&B music, or I listen to some jazz music. I just don't want to listen to women rap. Cardi, all she rap about is her pussy and her body, which she paid for. Both of them paid for their bodies. And then I really don't know what Nicki Minaj rap about. But I think it's just silly as hell for two women to be going back and forth. Um, I don't think they look alike, act alike. I don't think their music sound nothing alike. I don't know why Nicki would be jealous if she is jealous. I don't know why she would be jealous of Cardi. Um, both of them, I think both of them are cute. Even though they paid for their looks, both of them paid for their bodies. Both of them paid for their looks. I don't know what the beef is. I would just be in my own zone, my own lane. I'm not rich and famous or anything like that, but I would just be in my own lane, you know, in my own little fucking bubble. They sitting up there talking about each other children. Nicki calling Cardi B kids ugly, which they're not ugly. None of her kids are ugly. And Cardi B is calling Nicki Minaj's son slow. We don't know these people. We don't even know if they really going back and forth. They could be paying somebody to go back and forth. And to the regular people like me and you, whoever watching this video, thinking that, oh, they having beef, they going back and forth. This could be just to sell albums, because whenever one of the two come out with an album, it's funny how they just be beefing. Like, this world is one big melting pot, and it's multiple ways to make money. It's multiple ways to make income and stuff like that. So I mean, neither one is in the other person's pocket. So I don't know why they be going after each other. And then you got people that love Cardi B, you got people that love Nicki. So they fans are not going anywhere. They fans gonna love them regardless. You know, whether they wrong or right in this fight or whatever, they fans gonna love each other. So I just don't get the whole Cardi and Nicki Minaj thing. I'm hearing online that Nicki's supposed to end Lil Kim and Cardi B supposed to end Nicki. Can't nobody end nobody's career. People gonna love who they love. That's just like with people be saying that Beyonce is better than Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson is the blueprint. Nobody can come along, I don't care how famous they are or how fabulous they try to dance. Nobody can change the fact that I love Michael and Janet and Prince and Aaliyah, but Michael and Janet, they the blueprint. So I'm bringing them up because when you love somebody, like, you know, an entertainer or something like that, you like them no matter who come along. Can't nobody knock somebody out of the way or whatever. So I'm hearing all this shit that Cardi supposed to knock Nicki Minaj out of the way, and Nicki Minaj supposed to be pressed over the fact that Cardi B is in the music industry, and she's supposed to be nervous or worried that Cardi is gonna knock her out of the way. But if her fans really fuck with her like that and they really rock with her like that, can't nobody like stop nobody from liking a Nicki Minaj or a Cardi B. I just think both of them silly. People be online taking sides. Oh, I'm a Cardi B fan. Oh, I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. Both women are silly. You don't see Janet Jackson and Beyonce fighting with each other. Janet had too much class. Not saying that Beyonce don't, because she got hella class too, but it's just silly as hell to see women with money and power um go back and forth like this. It's funny how Cardi B got an album. I think the name of it, Am I the Drama, and she bringing so much drama and heat. So it's funny how they in this argument, and it's funny how she's going through all this shit with her baby daddy slash husband. And like I said in another video, I forgot the name of the video that I did, and I was talking about Cardi B. Cardi B could be doing this for record sales. Remember in a video that I did a few weeks ago, and I said that the baby she carrying could also be her husband. We don't know. And she could be using Stephon Diggs, and he probably know it, you know, as a pawn or whatever, and to sell records, and, you know, could be like using his name to say, "Oh, I'm pregnant by Stephon, and this is his baby," to get people up in an uproar and get people to talking. These people are famous, just like don't nobody know what goes on in my everyday life. We don't know what goes on in their everyday life. And then I was watching something on YouTube. I think Cardi told Nicki Minaj to pull up. Like, that's something little girls would say, a middle school child would say, or somebody in high school. And that's another thing. These people are famous and rich. They don't necessarily like live around each other. They could like live in different parts of the world. I don't know where Cardi live, but she could like live in New York or New Jersey or something, and Nicki Minaj could like live somewhere in Paris. I'm not saying she do, but that's weird to tell somebody to pull up. It's not like they're in the same neighborhood or in the same city, or they just hours away from each other, or well, I'm not even gonna say hours, like a few minutes from each other or whatever. That's something you would say, like you get in an argument with somebody and you tell a bitch to pull up and they live right around the corner from you or whatever. Like when I heard that, I was like, that is so childish and this is so PR. This is so PR-ish. Yeah, that's a word. Even if it's not a word, it's a word today. That is so PR-ish. So whoever they paid on both teams, they need a raise because pull up. These women got too much going on. And then they have bodyguards like no other. And then when you super rich like that, not only if you super rich like that, you have all kind of security and gates around your house. Who in their right mind, let's say if they would have done that, if Cardi B tell Nicki, bitch, pull up. What Nicki look like going to her mansion, going to Cardi B mansion, and it's all gated up. It's silly. It is. It's silly reading the comments. People saying, "Oh, it's not worth them fighting. They shouldn't fight." I mean, no, they shouldn't fight, but who gonna pull up? And then, if they do see each other, I know a while back, I think Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, like some years ago, they was at like a fashion show, and funny how Cardi B swung at Nicki and somehow she ended up hurt and she ended up with a knot, which was weird. Which was weird to me. So, like, I don't see them fighting. I wish people will stop saying, oh, they're gonna fight. These are two grown women. They shouldn't be fighting with words or with hands. I was watching a YouTuber today and he because I think it's a transsexual. I was watching a YouTuber today and she was saying that they need to take their nails off and just go at it. No, the fuck they don't. These are two grown ass women that got husbands and got kids. It's not worth fighting. And we don't know if Nicki Child really is retarded or have autism. People say stuff in anger or whatever, but Nicki's son's supposed to have autism. We don't know that. Nicki is very private with her life. From day one, she didn't show off her son. And I feel like if you famous, you shouldn't like show off your kids because people will try to attack kids. Even if it wasn't Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Like, for example, what's his name? Tyler Perry. We never saw his son, and we probably won't see that boy until he get full grown. You know? So like I feel like people should keep their kids out of the tabloids and stuff like that. Like Janet Jackson, we hardly ever see that son of hers. We know she got one. We probably see him like every blue moon. She don't post him like that. Like when you have a certain amount of money, even though money don't buy class, class is within. Class is within. Some people take editing classes or go to editing school, see people, or just regular people. But I feel like when you have like a certain amount of money and you have a certain amount of style, like it's just certain things you shouldn't be doing. Like, not that they kids are ugly because they kids, both of them have beautiful kids. Nicki have a beautiful son, and Cardi B have beautiful children. All her kids are beautiful, but keep them off the internet. We don't need to see them or anything like that. Just in case this is true, if they are beefing, which I seriously think they're not beefing, then nobody can't say anything about your child. They can just be speculating, which they probably speculating, about each other kids because I don't see them hanging out. No, like they famous. I don't see them two like hanging out and they kids having playtime together. So like all these rumors we hearing about Nicki Minaj's son being slow, all that could be hearsay. All that could be just some shit somebody typed up and felt like saying just to get a ooh and a ah, and it could be for shock value. Because when I first heard it, I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I'm hearing all this shit that Nikki couldn't put the coke down when she was pregnant with her son. That's why her son fucked up. I'm hearing all kind of shit. And then earlier today on Instagram, they put a picture of Nicki Minaj and Christian Rock. She don't have anything to do with it. But they put a picture of her and her son and Nicki Minaj and her son and said something about both of them couldn't put the coke down. I'm like, Lord Jesus. And that's another thing with Christian Rock. We really don't know if her son as slow as everybody making it seem because they really don't show their kids off like that. Well, Christian Rock really don't show her son off like that. And if she do show him, it's like a sneak little peek. It's like a little quick little video and people be speculating and saying all kind of shit and be saying stuff that don't make any damn sense. Now, both of these women have money. And I know I went from Nicki Minaj and Cardi B to Nicki Minaj and Christian Rock. Both of these women got money. They got money. They got more money than me. Anybody that's watching. I don't know who watching my videos. I don't know if anybody, rich or famous watching my videos because I'm just a small channel. They will put money into their children, to get them the help that they need. For example, Bill Cosby's son, he was dyslexic. And if you're dyslexic, you're not retarded or anything like that. But people love to say if you dyslexic, you're retarded or whatever. But he put money into his son when his son was living, and his son went to college and everything, and his son was going to college and he was learning and everything. A lot of people that have dyslexic don't get to go to college or whatever. A lot of them drop out of high school or whatever, and a lot of people that regular people that drop out of high school. It is because they had a learning disability like dyslexia or whatever. They just won't never share it or tell you, but that is why. But I bring that up to say when people have money, they put it into their kids if they have a little learning disability or a little problem or whatever. They say Beyonce's son is autistic or whatever. They say something supposed to be wrong with him. And again, I'm not like bashing these people or talking about these people like in a bad way. But with the money Beyonce got, she can get that boy help, and not saying that she's not getting him help. We don't know what's going on in these people's life, they everyday life. People are just speculating, and it's amazing how the world act like a bunch of teenagers when they so-called favorite celebrities get into it. We don't know these fucking people. We don't know what's going on in their everyday life. And people come up here when they don't like what I'm saying, they get up here and speculate about me. I made a video about Charlie Kirk and somebody said I was uneducated. Didn't know me from the Man on the Moon, and this man is not loved and liked by a lot of different people. But when people say stuff that somebody don't like, they get to speculating, they get to saying stuff that's not true and everything. And I done had people come on this page and say all kind of shit about me on this page that wasn't true. And these people don't know me from the Man on the Moon. Wouldn't know me if they saw me in public. Definitely wouldn't say half of the shit they say to me online. And then it's amazing how people look at you and try to speculate and say something or whatever. But I just think the whole thing between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj is one big shit show. These people could be best friends behind closed doors. We don't know. With Tupac and Biggie, hell, they say them two was friends before the situation happened with them. And to this day, we don't know if they died because of each other. From what I hear, that it was somebody in they clique within they friends that had something to do with them dying. But yeah, I think Hollywood just do this shit just for sales. It's sad that they got to do this in the black community because we don't hear stuff like uh the white community fighting each other. We don't hear stuff like, oh, Britney Spears got into it with Taylor Swift because of her record sales. They don't do this shit in the white community. They make their music. If it sell, it sell. If it don't, it don't. And then you don't hear no more about it or whatever. They don't sit up there and fight each other and talk about each other children. They very serious. And I know I have got on here and talked about black and white issues. I don't hate no race. I don't hate nobody, but I will come up here and speak facts and nothing but facts. But what I said about Charlie Kirk, I said that about him because he didn't like my kind. He didn't like women. He don't like black people. But white people, they very serious in the music industry. We don't hear about white artists going after each other. You never heard of, I think it's Mushroom Five or it's some white group, Mushroom something. And I'll think of another white group. Forgive me if I can't call out white groups because I'm not really into their music like that. And the Backstreet Boys fighting behind stage, like, you don't hear this shit, you know. But it's sad. It's only in the black community they put us against each other. And somebody will probably get on here and say, well, Cardi B is not black. She Afro-Latina. And if I didn't know she was Afro-Latina, looking at Cardi B, I'm sorry, she looked like a light-skinned black woman. If I didn't know she was Latina and just looking at her, she looked like a black woman. And then she had black kids, you know? And and again, I'm not a Nicki fan and I'm not a Cardi fan. But they said something about Nicki calling Cardi B kids roaches. I believe Nicki said that because of the fact that Cardi used to call black women roaches or furters roaches or whatever. And I believe Nicki probably said that, or somebody in her team, because I really don't think she's sitting down at a computer or on her phone, texts and shit about children. At least I hope not. And if that was said, I think they said that because her kids are black, you know, they're by a black man or whatever. But in the roach situation, I'm learning because I have a few people that I know that's from New York, and that's a term they use in New York. They don't use that down here in the South, calling people roaches. I don't necessarily mean, I said necessarily mean, I don't necessarily think that got anything to do with black women per se being roaches. I think you can be a roach if you like live a low class life or the way somebody acting. I gotta ask some more New York people, but I think when they call somebody a roach, it don't necessarily mean because the person dark skin or whatever. But anyway, like I said, this shit is just one big ass motherfucking shit show. Every time you go on YouTube, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, they going at it, like, oh my God. Then I was reading some comment and they said something about whatever Nicki wrote was like months ago, and somebody piecing the posters together to make it seem like they going at each other. That's so fucking sad. If that's true, I never been rich and famous. I probably never be rich and famous, but I believe they go through a lot of bullshit. And what I mean by that is when you had that much fame, people could take things that you type and misword it or try to make it fit into a certain narrative or whatever. But I just refuse to think, and I just hope they are better than that. I just really, really hope deep down in my heart. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just human. I really hope that both of these women are just better than that, and they have better shit to do than to sit back and talk about each other. I was watching something on YouTube, and they was like reading the comments that Nicki wrote and that Cardi B wrote, and they was talking about each other medical records. That's illegal to have somebody medical records. I really do not think that these women know each other medical records or medical history. And to get your own medical history, right now, if I wanted to get my medical history, me, it's so much red tape you got to go through. You just can't go out there and say, "Oh, um, I'm Keisha James. I'm just making up a name, and I want my medical records." It's so much you got to go through. Why? And you got to show proof that you're you. You got to have a reason to have medical records for them to pull up every time you went to the fucking emergency room or doctors, and it gotta be a fucking reason. So I know these people, these dudes, these two women are rich, and with a little money, you might can get some things done or some things in your favor. I just refuse to think. I just hope they're not sitting up there getting each other like medical records. So well, this, that, and this, that. Like, who would have that much time? Like, should no woman, I would say 30 or above, 30 or above, and I know Cardi B is not 30, but I think she in her late 20s. But if you a grown woman, period, and you on your grown woman shit, I don't think nobody is going out there to have that much time to go get some woman medical records just to talk about her online. Like, should no woman live in another woman's head that motherfucking much? That's just me thinking. That's just me, putting common sense in the fucking mix. Like, if I dislike the female, I gotta be pretty obsessed or wanna be that damn female to go get her medical records to find out what's going on with her kitty cat. Like, that's some sick gay shit and twisted. And I don't think Cardi B or Nicki Minaj is gay or anything like that. But Cardi B supposedly said something about Nicki Minaj vagina, and supposedly said something about she couldn't have babies or whatever. Like, I just hope a woman that's claiming she getting as much dick as she get is sitting up there thinking about another woman vagina. I really hope this is just some publicity that somebody on a team, and they pay somebody on a team to make it seem like these two women are beefing and fighting. Because they live in mansions and they got big, nice cars. I just hope that this is beneath them. Especially Nicki. And I say especially Nicki because she's in her 40s. And when you get a certain age, you want to live as peaceful as motherfucking possible. You want to live like you on a fucking island and you have no fucking worries in the world. The older you get, you just want fucking peace. And I never got married and I never had kids. But even at my age, I just want peace. I don't want no motherfucking drama. And a lot of women that get married and they had kids, they can't wait till their kids get out of the house so they can have peace. There's nothing wrong with peace. So either way, I really hope neither one of these women are just doing dumb ass shit like the internet is claiming that they doing. And I say especially Nicki because Nicki is in her 40s or whatever. Can't nobody take your throne or your queenness or whatever they claim Nicki have or whatever, and can't nobody take anything from Cardi or whatever she's supposed to be or whatever she have. They say she's an industry plant. People still gonna fuck with Cardi or whatever. She's been in the game, I think maybe 5 or 6, 7 years. I forgot what year she came into the game. I forgot what year Bodak Yellow came out. But I know when Bodak Yellow came out, I was working at Plant Vogel. And I left Plant Vogel in 2021. Yeah. So, and it's 2025. So that was what, 4 years ago. And 4 or maybe 5 years ago when Bodak Yellow came out, because I know that's where I was working at when Bodak Yellow came out, and that's when I learned who a Cardi B was or whatever. But yes, it's just so silly. It's real silly, and I just hope and pray that these two women are not going at it for real. And I'm just ready for the damn talk about both of them to go away and go down, because both of them in their own little way, they that bitch in their own little way, in their own little way, they that girl or whatever. And when I say bitch, I don't mean bitch like, oh, I can't stand that bitch, but because I don't know these women. I don't know these women, and I'm just speculating. I'm just coming up with common sense knowledge, and I'm coming up with stuff as if I was in their shoes. And then I never got the opportunity to be pregnant, but I don't know how far along Cardi B is. But Cardi B looked like she a good 7 or 8 months pregnant. I definitely wouldn't be online 7 or 8 months pregnant, calling another woman child retarded and arguing back and forth. I'd be focused on my own goddamn baby and hoping that my baby boy or my baby girl come out nice and healthy and strong. I mean, like I said, again, this is just me coming up with common sense knowledge and me just speculating and putting my own little fucking spin on things. I just really, really hope that this is really beneath them and they getting a chick behind the scenes laughing and they really like each other, you know? Because the whole thing is silly. And then they don't be around each other like that. And then celebrities, the only way Nicki Minaj and Beyonce, I said Beyonce, the only way Nicki Minaj and Cardi B will meet up if they had a music reward show or something like that. But, and even then, I don't think nothing will go on, because when they did meet up before, then nothing go on. Like I said, Cardi swung and then she got a knot, which was stupid. Like, did you hit yourself? The whole thing is just silly. Well, anyway, I have been talking for a while. Oh, let me see, what else do I want to talk about? Because I done talked about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and everything. Because that's the big yada yada that's going on right about now. That's the big Oh, Charlie Kirk, the CK guy. Okay, they had some Karen go inside of a Starbucks and write the name Charlie Kirk, and they wouldn't call Charlie Kirk name. Like these Karens, they go around trying to start shit. Like, lady, that's not your name. Why would you put that man name on a cup? All that man did was project hate. I don't know what they trying to get started or what, but this shit is just silly. More silly shit. More Karens trying to shout this man's name out, which is just crazy to me. And speaking of Starbucks, Starbucks is going out of business. No more $11 coffee. Starbucks is going out of business. And then I don't go in Starbucks a lot, but I do buy their drinks out of Walmart. They had these like vanilla coffee drinks that's in a little cute little glass bottle. And I was just wondering, I was telling one of my coworkers, if they go out of business, Will they start selling that, or will they continue to make that, or just the restaurant's gonna go out of business? Like, oh my god, oh my freaking god. I do like, they little drinks, they little glass drinks or whatever. They going out of fucking business. They going out of business. I don't want them to go anywhere. And what else did I want to talk about? I know I talked about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj because this is what the video is about, and that's why I got on here because I want to talk about them too. But and I talked about just a little bit about CK. I think that's hella weird. Oh, they got this 1-800 number you can call if you ever had a Lyft ride or Lyft or Uber and somebody sexually assaulted you. So far, I wasn't sexually assaulted, but the last Lyft ride I had, I was in the car with this lady. And I don't know if her husband beat her or if he was really controlling or whatever. But this bitch, because her husband called her a boyfriend, she wanted to kick me out of her car because she had to get her car, well, his car or her car, back to her old man. I was like, lady, I paid for my motherfucking ride. You gonna take me home? And like, I was like, maybe 10, 15 minutes away from home. And because this lady husband or boyfriend had called her, she wanted to kick me out of the car. I was like, oh, the ride in. No, honey, you taking me the fuck home. I done paid. And I hate because Lyft got it where you can't call. Like back in the day, you can call Lyft, you can call a 1-800 number, and you could call and complain about the driver. And then Lyft used to have it where on your phone you can tell them the incident that went down, but then it took certain features off, and you can't really complain anymore like you used to. So only thing you can do is give them 1 star because the most stars you can give them is 5 stars. And I gave the woman 1 star, and then they had like a list of shit you could complain about, but they didn't have that one, and then they didn't have it where I could type in what went down because I wanted that woman motherfucking fired because her boyfriend or husband or somebody wanted his car. She was gonna kick me out of the damn ride until I put my motherfucking foot down. Like, this world we live in is motherfucking insane and crazy. But yeah, and my mom, she was like, well, you need to write that number down. And I was like, that happened months and months ago. Like, but anybody that got sexually assaulted, I feel sorry for you. I pray for you or whatever. But yeah, if you can sue these motherfuckers. Sue the company because Lyft and Uber, they really don't do a real background. They don't mentally evaluate these people or whatever. Like, I done had a few Lyft rides that was kind of strange or whatever. It went kind of left. That was one of them with the lady. And then I had a ride a while back, like last year, and the man was crazy. And he was telling me he was a brain surgeon. And this man didn't look like no professional man. Like, that was weird. But I end up at that time Lyft had it where you could complain, and they was like, well, you don't have to worry about him riding you anymore. So I don't know if he lost his job, but he should have, because he was doing all kind of crazy talking and he was saying all kind of crazy things. Then he passed by my house twice. Now I did get kind of scared. I was like, oh god. But anyway, that's that. And like I said, it's so much crazy shit online about Cardi B and Nicki, and I just really hope that it's just for play. And I haven't used that word since I was a child. I really hope whatever this beef is for play because they're in the music industry. Yeah, they're gonna sell records or not sell records. There's no reason to want to argue and fight with nobody. Like, people gonna like who they like, and they're gonna buy music of people or whoever that they like or whatever. So anyway, I've been talking almost 40 minutes. I've been running my mouth for almost 40 minutes, but I'm about to end this motherfucking video because I have been running my motherfucking mouth. And if you like the shit that come out my mouth, if you don't like the shit that come out my mouth, this whole 39 minutes and 8 seconds that I've been fucking talking, and you made it through the whole motherfucking video, guess what? That mean you fuck with me. And if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. Because I love all 1,341 of my subscribers. I don't have a whole lot of motherfucking subscribers. But I like you all because you all like me. Because did nobody force you to follow my channel? Did nobody put a motherfucking gun to your motherfucking head? I'm not motherfucking famous. I'm just motherfucking me. I'm just my authentic motherfucking self, and I have 1,341 subscribers, and I enjoy every single one of you all because you hit that subscribe button. You like me, and I like you all for liking me. Even when I have people come in my motherfucking chat claiming they hate me and want to say bad things about me, you looked at me. I didn't force you to look at me. I didn't force you to like my channel, but you came. Even if you so-called hate watch, you watched. So I want to thank you all for the followers that I have. That make me feel good. That make me feel proud. Because I'm just a regular old person. I'm just a regular old Jane. I have a regular 9 to 5 job, even though I done been called a welfare facility and I'm not on welfare. I'm just a regular old Jane. All I do is go to work and come back and mind my business. I might get on here and talk shit or whatever, but I'm just a regular old motherfucking person. And again, if you like my video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, comment in the chat about what I just talked about. I mainly talked about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B or whatever. Tell me your spin on things, how you feel about these two goddamn women going back and forth to each other and talking about babies, talking about kids. So tell me what you feel. And again, if you like the channel, donate to my Cash App. If you don't like the channel and you clicked on my channel any motherfucking way, donate to my Cash App. My Cash App is Flawless J1. I only asked one time. I had a motherfucker come in my chat, told me I was begging, baby. I never fucking begged. And that's what I mean about the hate watchers or the hate bin watchings, because I would never watch anybody that I motherfucking hate or dislike. But and thank you, and bye.